Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Joe with JAC Baseball Collector coming back at you with another video. Been about a week and a half off for making videos. Just haven't had much time for my collection lately between work and family and playing golf and other things as the summer winds down. But I wanted to do a little Labor Day special here for you guys. So, as you know, anyone who's followed this channel, that I'm friendly with in any of the, hobby Facebook groups or any of that, knows that one of the kind of key cornerstones of my collection since I got back into the hobby in 2019 is the Topps Chrome rookie autograph base sets. It's something that I, actually got the idea from Triple B. If you don't follow his channel, do. He's been making a lot of cool Mustang and racing content recently, but he's also one of the great guys in this hobby. Got the idea from him. He was trying to put together the 2019 autograph set from Chrome. I decided, you know what? I wasn't buying a lot of as much product in 2020, and I was like, maybe that's where I can, sink some of my bucks, and decided to try to do that. It took me a few months, and I was able to finally put it all together. Some were pack pulled, others a lot of them I picked up. I made deals with people, trades. A lot of them I picked up on eBay or just other places, trying to, get good prices and work deals and things like that. So what I wanted to do was show off that entire set to you guys tonight. I'm going to work through it, kind of, building up to some of the bigger cards, which you can, imagine which ones those are, being that it's 2019. So why don't I get right into it? Let me know down in the comments which of these you guys like. So I'm going to start off with this first stack here. Here's CNL Perez, Chance Adams. A lot of these are kind of your lower end or kind of random names. Some guys that we may not have really heard of or haven't really done much in the league. But in this year, there was 76 autographs. There's a Williams S2DO. He's not a bad one. La Tortuga, whatever they call him. Taylor Ward. But there were 76 autographs in this set. The following year, 2020, there was 77, which was about 98% of the way there on that set as well. I'm waiting for one redemption to come in. Ray Black. You see there's a lot of names. Josh James, pretty good. Hey, I know LSU Maniac likes this guy. He's a pretty solid player. Duplantier. Jalen Beeks there. Because these are chrome, I'm getting a little bit of the glare, so I apologize for that. Isaac Galloway. He's no Joey Galloway. But so 2020 they had 77, so pretty similar to. And this Ponce de Leon, I forget who I made the deal with. I picked this one. I think a couple of other of the Chrome Autos up from a guy in the LSU Maniac Facebook group, a year and a half ago or so at this point. Really nice deal. I was able to, get 3 or 4 off of him for like 10 or 20 bucks. I forget exactly which ones, but I'm pretty sure this Ponce de Leon was part of that package. I just can't remember who it was with. So if you're watching this, if that was you, if you remember that deal, definitely comment down below, let me know. But then this year, as you know, as a lot of people know, Christian Stewart, they jumped the autograph checklist up to 133 names, so it was almost doubled, a little less, I think 70 some odd percent increase. But I'm going for it anyway. I'm still gonna try. Started a hashtag, hashtag quest for 133. There's Ryan O'Hearn, little autograph, his little tiny auto there with the gold cup. So the guy could have a decent amount of power, but I don't know if he's ever gonna figure it out. There's Trevor Richards, not a terrible pitcher. But yeah, with the 133, I think I've got about 7 so far. Low end guys, stuff I've picked up for $2, $3, $4, and then a couple that I've hit in breaks on the LSU Maniac page. There's a Nick Birdie. He always puts the little, I think that's, what does it say, Psalms 21:31. He always puts a little Bible verse in there, which I think is pretty cool. I think I pulled a Zach Birdie, maybe his brother, auto out of first Bowman auto from I think 2014. Miles Straw, I think he's recently been traded to the Indians. It's Kevin Kramer, Springs, Austin Dean, Jacob Nix. So that's my first stack. Those are kind of some of the more random names. Next stack, slightly more notable guys. Colby Allard there. Justice Sheffield, I saw he's pitching in relief for the Mariners now. He was part of the Yankees deal that got us, what was the guy's name? James Paxton. So he was part of a couple deals. He's been in a few different organizations. Jake Bowers, Tom Pannone, Dennis Santana, Chris Shaw. These are just kind of, other random names. Dakota Hudson, he's not a terrible little pitcher. Mitch Keller, he's decent. Kevin Newman. I think it's Kevin Newman, not Kevin Kramer's having a pretty good year. I think hitting over 300. Having a pretty decent year for the Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. There's a Bryce Wilson. Jay Cave, former Yankee farmhand, has had a pretty bad run of it since 2020. Saw someone just recently pulled an autograph of his on a YouTube video. Can't remember who it was, but I don't think he's not having himself quite the career that he did early on. Canning, Ty Buttrey, this is the guy that just up and quit baseball early in the season. He was pretty young. He's born in 93, so not even 30, still in his 20s, just didn't love the game anymore. Rowdy Tellez, Reese McGuire, and there's a Touki Toussaint. This is a redemption card. This is actually a number to 499 refractor. I bought this as a placeholder. Could not find the base for the life of me anywhere. Been looking for it for over a year. Haven't seen it listed anywhere. If anyone has the Touki Toussaint base, I'd love to buy it off of you. Probably I'll unload this one, or pass it along to a Braves fan or something. It wasn't very expensive. Once I'm able to get the base to match the rest of the set. But I got down to the last few, and I couldn't find this one and one other that you'll see later. And I said, what, screw it. I'll just pick up the refractor version just to have it complete. So that's the first two stacks I had here. Let's get into the third. Starting to be, like I said, escalating, more kind of notable names. You got Kyle Wright there. There's a Yusei Kikuchi, who actually having himself, I think, a pretty nice year. Made the All-Star team. Brendan Rodgers, right there, who's been hitting pretty well for the Rockies. Framber Valdez, also having himself a decent year for the Astros. Ramon Lauriano, this is actually one of the only pack pulls that I had from 2019 Chrome. I think I bought myself one hobby box. I pulled this one and one other I'll mention in a little bit when I get there. But I think I actually pulled two Laurianos. I think I pulled another Lauriano from a blaster box or got it in a break or something, and I ended up selling that one off. So made out pretty well in Lauriano's, getting that one out of packs and not having to pick it up. There's Danny Jansen. David Fletcher, who's been having himself a decent little career, puts the ball in play constantly, never strikes out. Really nice little player. Corbin Burns, who's in the running for the Cy Young Award to the National League, no doubt about it. This was one I picked up pretty cheap. I mean, he was kind of a nobody when I was putting this set together. I think I picked this one up for around $4, and it's going right now on eBay for about $25. The most recently sold ones were in that kind of $25 range. So, nice little movement on that one. Pablo Lopez, he's, I believe, out for the rest of the year, but he's, an up-and-coming pitcher with the Marlins. There's Patrick Wisdom, another guy, kind of similar story as Corbin Burns, kind of relative nobody coming up. When I bought this one, what did I pick this one up for? $3. I have a couple notes here of what I picked some of these up for. $3. This is going raw for $25 to $30 now. So Patrick Wisdom, he's having himself a heck of a year in the running, but probably won't win the National League Rookie of the Year. He's hit 25 homers for the Cubs. I mean, he's just having himself a great season. So that's a nice one where, if it wasn't something that I collected and wanted to have the complete set of, could definitely make a, nice little profit on that one. Here's a Luis Urias. This one's also a refractor. There's out of 499. There are some of these in this set that some of the guys just didn't sign base cards, which we'll see with this one and the next one. This was his kind of quote unquote lowest version of the card. So I ended up picking that one up because he just didn't have a base. So he either just didn't sign them, or he didn't send them in time, or they just got destroyed, or something happened. So his lowest version was a refractor. So he's a decent little contact hitter. I'm not sure how he's doing this year. I think he's with the Brewers now. He may have moved on, but this is back when he was still with the Padres. And then Jonathan Loaizaga from my Yankees. Same deal here. This is the purple, number to 250. So same deal. I believe this is his kind of like lowest version of this card. He didn't have anything higher. He didn't have a refractor to 499. Didn't have a base, at least that I could find. And I did some of my research. So that's a nice one. I also want to pick up a second one of this. He's been pitching really well, just to have as part of my Yankees PC, just kind of separate from my complete autograph set. But he's been pitching really well. He might be a guy that we actually turn to as a closer, with some of the back end of the bullpen guys not pitching so hot right now, Chapman and others. But yeah, he's been pitching his tail off recently. All right, a few more to go. That's probably 75% of the autographs in this set. Next pile is kind of some of your most notable names. You got Michael Kopeck there, who's finally making his voice heard in the major leagues this year. Brandon Lau. Here's an Austin Reilly. This is a nice one. So Austin Reilly was the other one I was mentioning that I pack pulled. So my hobby box from 2019, I remember pretty vividly, actually, surprisingly enough, which crazy. I picked that box up. I remember I looked back like sometime last year when prices really started to surge. I picked up that box off of eBay for I think $90 shipped. And you can't get a box of Chrome now for like less than $225. I think when they dropped for 2021, which has this ridiculous autograph checklist and a huge print run, they were going for like $300. So just think about where the hobby has come. But it's just pretty crazy. But yeah, the Austin Reilly, I picked this one up for $32. It's going for about $100 or so right now. He's having himself a great year. Probably not quite the MVP of the National League, but he's having himself a hell of a year, which is really great. I like Austin Reilly. He was a guy I believed in. I actually have a short print of him from Topps Update, 2019 Topps Update rookie, which may be a nice one for me to move or maybe pass along to a Braves fan who would appreciate it. So actually, so this isn't the one. Like I said, I pack pulled this, but I also picked this one up for $32 because when I first started to get friendly with my guy Coach over there at Village Breaks, I passed him along my Austin Reilly rookie card. It was part of the a big deal that we did where we passed a bunch of cards to each other. He sent me this awesome Judge auto. You've probably seen me show it off and talk about it before. And, it wasn't nearly an even trade at the time. And I sent him some more stuff along later on. But, now with how good Austin Reilly's doing and how much this card is going for, it definitely helped even out. Then you had this guy right here, Dolis Garcia, same deal. He's kind of in that Patrick Wisdom area. I paid $2.15 for this card. It's going for $30 raw now on eBay. He's having himself a big year, ton of power. Haven't looked lately, but I know through the middle of the year and not too long ago, I think he may have been in the 30 home run range if I'm not mistaken, but he was hitting for a ton of power for the Rangers. He got traded over there, and he was having himself a really nice year. So this is a card that's appreciated quite a bit based on where I bought it as well. And then this one was another one I actually bought the redemption. So somebody was selling the redemption at a decent price. I was like, you know what, I'll wait it out and I'll send it in myself and I'll get it. It's actually the same thing I did with the one card that I'm missing from the 2020 set, which is the Luis Robert. I was able to get it at a nice discount just because it was the redemption. It wasn't redeemed yet. You got to go through that pain in the ass process with Topps to get it sent to you. God knows when I'll actually get it, but went through this one with Sinzel. It took them a few months to get it to me. Finally showed up and looks sharp. He's a nice nice little player. I have to ask the professor if he thinks this guy's ever Professor Collector over there, if this guy's ever gonna really surge like a lot of people thought he would. And then remainder of this stack here, we have the Keston Hira. This is one that is kind of one of the ones I'm kind of at a loss on. I think I paid $47 for this. It's going for around $20 right now. He's just not having a very good year. He had a very bad 2020. His bat's just not really there, so I think he got a little overhyped because he had a monster rookie year. So his cards were going pretty high. I picked it up, and this one's lost at least half of its value. You had the Chris Paddock, nice little picture for the Pods. Jeff McNeil, kind of similar story as Keston. Picked this one up for like $23. It's going for around $15 now. He just hasn't had the same kind of year that he did as a rookie. He had a big average. He hit for a ton of average his rookie year, and he just hasn't done a whole heck of a lot since. Will Smith, who's having himself a monster season for the Dodgers. I think he might be in the running for the MVP award. I think it's Will Smith. I think that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, Will Smith. He's having himself a really big year. Is it Will Smith? I'm driving myself nuts. I think I'm thinking of the right guy. But this was a really nice one. I forget what I picked this one up for. I don't think I jotted it down, but I think it's kind of right in line with where he was at. This is always a guy that I think people, slightly undervalued. He kind of got the respect he deserved, but maybe was slightly undervalued sometimes. I think he kind of is, right where he belongs in the hobby. Rest of this pile, we got the Cedric Mullins, who's same deal. This was a guy who's just kind of like, got mocked and made fun of, and everyone said, oh, Cedric Mullins, he's in every product, he signs everything, there's a million autographs. I can't believe I pulled another Cedric Mullins, and he's had himself an all-star season. He's kind of like Yusei Kikuchi on like the batter side, so like, better because batters are more desirable, but you know, same deal. So Cedric Mullins, really nice autograph there. And then here's the other refractor I picked up, the Kyle Tucker, number to 499, as you can see there. Same deal. I couldn't find the base anywhere. There was one base when I was trying to put this together, and it was just like way overpriced, and I passed on it. And I finally got to the point where I was like, all right, screw it. I need this one to finish the set. So I'm going to snag the refractor, which, I mean, it does shine beautifully. It's really nice, but, you know, my set's a base set, and I'd like it to match, or at least, you know, unlike the Loizaga, the Urias, you know, just have the lowest version. So I've been really looking hard for the Tucker for the past, you know, year or so, and, you know, if I find it, I'll unload this one. And he's having himself a pretty nice year again. He got off to a slow start, and I think he's gotten really back on track in the second half. So I'm sure there's someone I can, you know, kind of flip this back to and at least recoup my money on it if I'm able to find the base version. All right, now for the grand finale. Got 4 more cards to go, and I think you guys can imagine who those are. First up, we got the Eloy Jimenez rookie autograph from 2019 Topps Chrome. This was a card I picked up for, I think, $80 or $60. I can't remember, but it goes for about $500 in a 10 right now, if what I saw was correct. I only looked at a few of the recent purchases. I didn't do like a grand analysis, but some of the ones I saw was in kind of the $475 to $525 range in a 10, you know, between $100 and $200 kind of in a raw or a 9 range. So, you know, definitely making out there. He missed a lot of the season this year, but he's, you know, came back really strong. Then we have the PD Alonso rookie card. Got it in the 1-touch. These next 3 are all in 1-touches. This was a pretty nice one as well. I think I picked it up around $100. That's still about where this one's trading at. So, you know, I like Alonso. And it's funny. This is a cool card. It has him in his old 74 jersey, just because that was from when he first came up. I forgot what number he's wearing now, but I don't believe it's still 74. But yeah, you know, home run derby champ. Guy hits for a ton of power. You know, hometown guy here with the Mets, you know, me being a Jersey guy, even though I'm a Yankees fan. So really like that one. Then we got the Vladi Guerrero. The autograph's a little streaky, but that's all right. I actually picked up 2 of these at the time, and I thought the second one I got a really nice price on. It was like between 80 and 100, I think. And I was like, oh, I could probably flip this and, like, you know, make a few bucks. Like, I, you know, see these selling well over $100, and then I put it up for auction, and it sold for like literally exactly what I paid for it. So it was I think like after fees I came out like $1 or $2 below. But if I would have just held onto it for a year, I probably would have, you know, made a decent buck on it. I'm seeing it's around what did I buy? This one I bought at $140, and I'm seeing these around $500 raw and over $1,000 in a 10 right now. So I don't think this would necessarily get a 10. You know, I don't have a great eye for grading. I've never really graded. I don't know. The autograph isn't phenomenal, like the streak there. I don't know if that goes into it. I think it does. So, but still, I mean, even raw, if I were to, you know, sell this raw, it's a, you know, almost 4x. So really nice there. And then the granddaddy of them all, the Fernando Tatis Jr. I was looking at this one, you know, a year and a half or so ago. I sent Dustin over there, LSU Maniac, a message. I go, listen, I can probably get this for like $230. Do you think that's a good deal? I was a little hesitant. I had never really spent like that kind of money on a single card before. I was always, you know, a lower end guy. I didn't, you know, sink a lot of money. I'm not quite like the investor type in cards. I ended up paying $237 to this guy in Canada. I got him down on a really good deal. I think it came out to like, you know, $220 or $215, and then there was tax and shipping and all that stuff. And this card in a 10 right now is selling for over $2,000. And raw and a 9, it's like upwards of $1,000. So, I mean, 5x easy. You know, you could, from what I paid for it. It's, I mean, if he continues on at this pace, this is going to be one that's definitely worth it. You know, this is definitely one that's on my, if I ever decide to do grading, is on my radar. There's a little blemish here, maybe on the right side. Might get a 9. But I think it's, you know, in pretty decent shape. You know, I had it 1-touch to have it protected. So, but that's just, you know, looking back, I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm spending $230 on this. And, you know, now it's worth $1,000. So this is a really sick one to have in the collection. And I'm really glad I have this one. So that is my 2019 Topps Chrome collection. Glad to get back on YouTube after a little, you know, another little short hiatus. Sometimes you just need those little breaks. Show that off to you guys. I've been really wanting to do this video for a long time. Can't believe it went on for 20 minutes. You heard me ramble about all these different guys. But if you stuck around, I really appreciate it. Let me know, if you like this kind of stuff. Comment down below. Hit the subscribe button as always. Throw me over a thumbs up, all that good jazz. And I will be back with some more pack rips later in the week and into next week. So thanks you guys as always. Have a great night and take care. Happy Labor Day all.